Can Nilou hang with the cool kids and work with other teams for more than just Bloom comps? That's what we'll be exploring today. Hi everyone, today I want to take a look at some alternate teams for Nilou. In the future, I plan to make a lot of these videos, picking characters and making cool and interesting teams while avoiding meta comps for the most part. Comment down below which characters you want to see in these videos and I'll try to fast track them. But back to what this video is about, the fabulous dancer Nilou. If you read through her kit, it's pretty clear that the best team for her is composed of Hydro and Dendro characters, allowing her passives to change Dendro cores into Bountiful cores to do much more damage. However, today we'll be sacrificing Nilou's specific kit to hone in on another one of her specialties, Hydro Application. Her burst creates a large Hydro AoE, but we're far more interested in her elemental skill. After activating it and normal attacking twice, you have the option to normal attack again and basically infuse her attacks with Hydro, or press the skill button again and gain a Hydro AoE around your active character that sticks around for some time. For these teams, we'll have to pick which side of Nilou's skill we want to build around. For the first comp, I chose her skill's AoE, while the other two use the infusion side. How can we best use Nilou's skill's AoE apart from Bloom reactions? Well, for starters, we'll have to look at creating a reaction team in general, since the AoE itself just applies Hydro instead of doing Hydro damage. Overall, one of the best Hydro reactions is Vaporize. Since we're looking to build a Vape team, a few more pieces click into place. Since we need a Pyro on-field DPS, one of the best ways we can support them would be to add another Pyro character to get that sweet Pyro resonance. And there's only one Pyro support I'll ever really consider. Along with activating the resonance, if we add Bennett, we'll get the best buffer healer in the game. So for now, our team is Nilou and Bennett. Not too shabby. As for the DPS, we have a few options. Diluc, Yanfei, and Xiangling could fit the bill. Hu Tao would be an amazing choice, but she and her weapon are both stuck at level 1 for a video I'm planning to make in the future, so I'll have to pivot to another character. Maybe I should pick one from a previous video that I made that really didn't do her justice? That's right, Yoimiya fits perfectly into this team. Finally, we have one more slot to fill. Taking into account the versatility of the team we have so far, we have a lot of freedom for picking the last character. Due to Nilou's skill being her focus, she'll have some decent energy generation and a little downtime on her Hydro AoE. This suggests that another Hydro character would fit in nicely, and at this point, there's not really any analysis left. To me, the best pick is Yelan, as her burst is absolutely cracked for this team, and her skill and breakthrough barb aren't too shabby either. So our final team is Yoimiya, Yelan, Nilou, and Bennett. I'll go over each character's build pretty quickly here. Yoimiya has Thundering Pulse and 4-piece Shim, Yelan has Favonius Bow and 4-piece Emblem, Nilou has Key of Kaj Nasut and 4-piece Emblem, and Bennett has Mistsplitter Reforged and 4-piece Noblesse. Now for the fun part. Theory crafting a team is good and all, but testing it out is where it's at. Going into it, I had no idea what my rotation should be, but it naturally developed pretty quickly. If no one has their burst charged, Yelan's skill works well for initial Hydro application, and Nilou's skill is decent for close-up and personal enemies. Bennett's skill generates some orbs for him and Yoimiya, while Yoimiya's skill does most of the damage for this team. So in other words, our main source of Vape damage here is Nilou's skill plus Yoimiya's skill, while they charge up Yelan and Bennett's bursts. Once everyone's bursts are full, it's time for this team to shine. For this rotation, we start with Yelan's burst. We do this to create the longest delay between when her burst activates and using Yoimiya's skill, so that Yelan's attack buff has enough time to stack up. After Yelan's burst, we'll burst with Bennett, then finally it's time for Yoimiya's skill. It isn't lost on me that the DPS phase of this team completely excludes Nilou. However, not every character on a team is needed in every situation. There are plenty of times when my healer will just sit in the back, or when an enemy is weak enough, I won't drop a Zhongli shield. In this team, Nilou's main purposes are generating orbs for Yelan and providing an alternative to using Yelan's burst in low-stakes combat, where being in the enemy's face with Yoimiya isn't the end of the world. Now let's take a look at some comps that push Nilou a little bit more into the spotlight. For our second team, I want to tap into more reactions, more than just Vaporize. But which to choose? Apart from Swirl, Crystallize, and Bloom, all we've got is Electrocharge and Freeze, so why not equip Nilou with a team that performs coordinated attacks and uses the infusion side of Nilou's skill? There are only a few characters who perform these coordinated attacks, and 2 of them are Hydra themselves, so they're off the table for this team. I'm left with Pyro attacks from Thoma's burst, and Electro from Raiden Shogun's skill. Since that only fills out 2 of the 3 remaining team slots and covers some level of shielder and support, a cryo healer would really complete the comp, and Qiqi is just the person to do it. In off rotations, Qiqi and Raiden's skills keep the reactions going, and full rotations mix in Thoma's burst. So in total, we can see Vaporize, Electrocharged, Freeze, Overload, Melt, and Superconduct, earning this team the name Reaction Lottery. Since the reactions are all over the place, each character has been kitted out in just what's best for them generically. Nilou has her signature weapon, while equipped with 4-piece Tenacity. Thoma has the catch, as well as 4-piece Emblem for energy recharge. Similarly, Raiden has 4-piece Emblem and her signature weapon, Engulfing Lightning. Finally, Qiqi is wielding Mist Splitter and has 2 Gladiators and 2 Shimenawa's artifact pieces to maximize her attack. Efficient rotations with this team require keeping pretty good track of when Nilou, Raiden, and Qiqi's skill cooldowns reset, while generating enough energy for Thoma to have his burst up reliably. While this team cannot easily beat Masanori, it's fine for most open world exploration and story quests. Going to the last team, I figured we already found what we needed. One decent alternative team for damage and one for fun, and I wasn't sure how well a mono Hydro team would fare compared to the other 2. However, to my surprise, adding Yelan, Candace, and Kazuha basically trivialized all combat that I could get myself into. Honestly, any hilly churl standing in water could immediately be wiped out by Kazuha's 845 elemental mastery, so I could immediately tell that actual testing would have to be against harder enemies. Before we take a look at how well this team performs, let's quickly cover the builds and rotations. Nilou gets the classic Key of Kaj Nasut 4-piece Tenacity treatment, since that's what I have, but she would benefit more from 2-piece Tenacity, 2-piece Veracash's Glow, or maybe even from some Nymph's Dream pieces. Additionally, her HP percent goblet has been swapped for a Hydro damage bonus. My Yelan always has the same build, with 4-piece Emblem and Favonius Warbow, while my Candace picks up Engulfing Lightning and 4-piece Emblem for all the energy recharge she can get. Finally, my Kazuha has his set build of 4-piece Viridescent Venerer and Freedom Sworn. As for rotations, it all depends on if Yelan has her burst or not, and how tough the enemies are. If Yelan needs to recharge, or if the enemies are trivial, Candace opens combat with her skill, allowing Kazu to swirl Hydro. If Nilou's skill is up, that's our best option. If not, Candace's burst will infuse Nilou's sword with Hydro to take advantage of Nilou's goblet bonus. Throughout this rotation, I weave in Yelan's skill to get her burst back. Once Yelan is all charged up, initial Hydro application can come from her Breakthrough Barb, her skill, or Candace's skill, and the rotation continues through Kazuha's skill, then Yelan's burst, before settling on Nilou's skill with her as the driver. So how does this team do? Really gosh darn well, that's how. Anything that can stand up to Kazu's swirl goes down to Yelan's burst and Nilou's skill after Hydro Resistance Shred. I hope you enjoyed these alternate team builds for Nilou, one of the most niche characters in Genshin Impact. To round off the video, here's a montage of the teams working at near peak efficiency. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this, and drop a comment below suggesting which character I should build alternate teams for next.